Hey guys, I hope everyone's well. We're going to tap in and we're going to connect and we're going to receive some beautiful messages for us today. And, if there's any kind of heads up energy, I'm going to pick up on it. It's what I do. It's what I do. So let's ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. Okay, we're surrounded in divine white light. So it is and so it will be. We're going to use this tarot deck, star cards at the bottom, and then split the deck, Ace of Cups. So I feel like you're in really beautiful energy right now, and you are protecting your peace, and you're surrounded and connecting with spirit energy. You could be healing at this time. You could be focusing on your own well-being and really tuning into like some of your faiths. You may even be studying, maybe even like doing some energy work. I'm hearing like Reiki or just attunement. So you're working on your channel, you're working on what you're surrounding yourself with. I feel like you do have the ability to like really connect, because the Ace of Cups talks about like psychic and empathic and emotions and very creative, artistic, and intuitive. So I feel like that's definitely our collective. So I feel like this is you've created a beautiful environment, reality for yourself, or this is what you're creating, this is what you're imagining. Okay, so continue to focus on what you desire, protecting your peace. You could be very connected to higher consciousness and are very easy to create. Okay, so it's like, what do you want to create? All right, what do you want to experience? So we'll get info. What do they need to know about this? A King of Wands and a Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So there's a cycle that is coming to complete. And there's a Knight of Wands, King of Wands. Could be the same energy. Or I'm getting like out with the old. And then in with the new. Okay, it's like going from like, this also could be like movement. This could be like a Knight of Wands is, closing out things in their own life and then on their way. Okay, this could be, someone who's a leader, someone who's, has influence, takes action, goes after what they want. Okay, so there could be a bit of that. So this could be feminine or masculine. It can just represent like a leader, someone who pays their own way, someone who, maybe is very passionate in their purpose. Ace of Cups. So there very much could be, I feel like someone could be tying up like things as it relates to their, cycle, and going in a different direction and applying what they've learned, right? So there's a bit of that. And there's this also like this ending. It's like fate, right? This could represent like a fated experience. Okay, look at, you gotta be kidding me. What's behind the Ace of Cups? The Four of Wands. Temperance. Okay, we're gonna get more, guys, you know that. You gotta get in here. Okay, we have the Chariot. So there is, progress being made here. Like, this isn't stagnant energy, because of the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Wands. There's a Knight of Wands rushing on a horse. And then there's the Chariot, which is like someone in balanced energy, like focused, determined, right, on track. So it's kind of like very laser focused on something that they're meant to do, right? There's no veering off this path. It's very clear. to whoever this King of Wands is, okay? It's very clear. So you could be on the receiving end, okay? So you could be attracting this into your reality as the Ace of Cups. Like I was getting at the beginning of this, I was like, you're able to manifest, okay, and create your own reality. And so I feel like so can this person. Oh, so can this person. Which is awesome. I feel like you're going to balance each other out really well. Look at 10 of Wands. Yeah, they could be like, what's this 10 of Wands? Oh, Page of Cups. 8 of Swords. The Devil. King of Cups is who we're talking about. I'm like, whose energy is this? A King of Cups feels very burdened by maybe their karmic experience and lessons being learned. They may want to apologize or acknowledge something here. I'm getting they could be in the energy of outcast, black sheep. They could be obsessed and watching from afar someone else love you maybe, and they're stuck and burdened by what they have. You know, I feel like they're not able to move past something. They're holding on to something like very, very hard, and so it's heavy. Whatever this is heaviness, like entrapment almost. Maybe even like there could be some sort of substance here that somebody's not able to navigate out of, or is very concerned about like what other people think or have to say. And as a result of that like burdens somebody. They could be getting caught in the act doing something here. Okay. So, I'm not sure what this is about, this Page of Cups. I feel like this could be like a peace offering, right? They're like, woe is me here. So, I feel like they've got their own like issues with their, it's almost like they may look like a grown adult, but inside they're this little like child. Like there's this, I'm still like a little child inside. So yeah, I'm getting like, this is sad. This is kind of sad, to be honest with you. You know? I feel like there's also like someone dealing with their own like limitations, right? Everybody has a version of their own self-limiting beliefs, and you know, what do we do to heal our inner childhood, right? We're all responsible for that. We all come into this experience with burdens as it relates to our, you know, childhood, but it's still either up to us to allow these to continue to restrict us and affect the rest of our life, which is what, you know, the ego wants, right? To keep us stuck and stagnant, repeating the same patterns over and over again and carrying, you know, the burden of this. Or there's the opportunity to liberate and free yourself. And I'm getting like there's something here that someone's being called to face. Like this is an about face, okay? Like someone's gonna be like, all right, you want to keep going, right? You want to keep going with this? Yeah, there's something here that like is really heavy on someone, and so I'm getting like there's like manipulation here, so I don't know that they can trust much. Okay, we have a 4 of Wands, an Ace of Cups, and then we have a Queen, 9 of Swords, sorry. I thought I saw a Queen of Cups. Look at this. I did see a Queen of Cups, y'all. Look. See? There she is. Right over here. Oh, wow. they may have had a commitment with you, okay, right? And they're realizing that they no longer have access to this. Like Nine of Swords is, they sacrifice this. This is not something that they'll have again. This also can represent like this new person coming in is like, there's a threat. Someone feels like there's a threat. And so what's interesting is that they may feel like they need to take their shot in some way. And someone might actually be envy and jealous of this and may want to try to like prevent this energy from kind of like trying to unburden themselves in some way with some sort of like peace offering or an apology or something. And I feel like someone wants to keep someone stuck, and yeah, there's some sort of weird dynamic over here. I don't think this has to do with necessarily like a dynamic you're in. I feel like it's whoever you were dealing with and who they're dealing with. It's like these two, right? Yeah, Four of Cups, look. Yeah. So I feel like this is like the outside influences, right? It's like after the third party, after the partying, there's that like, oh, wow, I feel like shit. Why'd I do that? You know, it's like that energy. I feel like that's this. I feel like we all have a past, okay? And we don't have to take it with us everywhere we go. Like there's a need to let go and release. And to find forgiveness and compassion for oneself first and foremost. This Nine of Swords, this is really haunting somebody. So, that's part of their lesson here is to experience, you know, a lot of what they were avoiding. This is like someone avoiding and projecting, and now it's coming back to them. So whatever you might have had, whatever dynamics coming in here, it's going to be relatable. I'm getting like you're going to be able to relate to one another because you've possibly been through some similar experiences, and they could be cleaning up things on their side as well as you on your side. And so that's why like Wheel of Fortune is like things are playing out naturally within their natural cycles, okay? So if you are like feeling, you know, inspired and, you know, a bit impatient, wanting to get going, I feel like things are playing out in the way that they need to, because there are things, you know, external circumstances here that are still playing out, right? I feel like, you know, it's like the betrayer gets betrayed, right? Eight of Swords. It's like playing out still. It's not at the 10. It is like someone's overwhelmed by all of it, like the heaviness of it all. You know, maybe having to like realize like shit, you know, like I did have something to do with this. It's the question is like, what are you going to do about it, right? So yeah. And then there's this whole, you know, moving on with someone new. You know, there's a lot done behind the scenes here. Look at, I kind of just grabbed the deck and lifted up, and it's the Knight of Swords. Like, yeah, there was a lot that was done behind the scenes here. But somebody might be trying to clean up, okay? They may want to try to hide the evidence, okay? Because whatever they did it towards a empress that is, you know, divine natured, okay? Very, doesn't, you know, minds their business and doesn't, you know, is not calculating and conniving. So I'm getting that was the devil here. That was like a bit of, you know, playing on someone's weaknesses for the sake of control and manipulation. That's what I'm getting here. So it's like you were able to escape their grasp, okay? And They're feeling the loss of you at this time. Okay, Four of Cups. As they should. They didn't, you know. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, they could really be experiencing like a loss of resources. They could be dealing with like nowhere to go. There's a King of Swords here. They may need to, this could be like someone of high counsel, someone who has a unbiased opinion, King of Swords. So this could represent like an authority. This could represent like someone in the police or legal. It could be a judge, could be court, could be spiritual court. With this Four of Pentacles is telling me that like this could be also family, someone's family, but I'm getting maybe divorce court or someone having to move or someone got in trouble for doing something. Ten of Swords. Yeah, something is coming to a drastic end here, and it's not going to be, I feel like they're trying to maybe keep this a secret, trying to create some sort of blockage, trying to prevent people from seeing clearly about what's truly going on. So someone's like maybe pretending to be fine, but they're not fine, or something like that. They could want to show up at your place, but you have them blocked. Also, heads up, Two of Swords. Okay, they may be wanting to check to see if you've got someone else in your life. So they could be doing a bit of like spying. I'm getting like they could be spying. So that's not for everybody, okay? If you felt this way, if you felt like something was going on and like, you know, this is like someone in their last resort. This is someone needing to find resources elsewhere as well. I feel like you're not the resource for this energy. So there's a reason for this blockage is my point. Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, look at, someone wants to bring their baggage to your doorstep, okay? These investments they made are theirs and theirs alone, and they have to deal with the repercussions. Ten of Wands. Whatever situation they had that was stable, secure, could have been a job or some sort of situation where, you know, they had a roof over their head, they had like their needs met. I'm getting like that's no longer the case. Okay, so they could be, you know, abandoned, rejected, left out in the cold. Someone could have chosen someone else over them. I feel like they're finding themselves like burdened in their situations, whether it's like family, work, friends, yeah, you know, all the different areas of life. I feel like feels overwhelming. They could drink a lot. They could have a lot of, you know, fantasies, secret fantasies. I'm getting Justice. Ooh, okay. Lovers. Yeah, they're definitely dealing with court regarding this relationship. Ace of Wands. You could hear about like what somebody did to affect the things that you do to create. So it could have been this karmic couple here. It could have been like the lengths in which somebody went to break a couple up and keep them broken. I feel like they still want to do this today, no matter what. There could have been some sort of like oath or plot or plan. And maybe someone feels very burdened by what they agreed to do or what they did do or what they paid to have done. I feel like justice is playing out for this, and someone may want to apologize for their involvement. Okay. It was motivated by this. Okay. Thank you. So this could be like an investigator, you know, something like that. Yeah. Someone may have taken advantage of somebody or tried to. It's like somebody knows something and they could be holding on to the truth. This is someone who wants to speak the truth about what happened in the past. It's like weighing on them. Yeah. They could have been hiding this for a while. Judgment for the devil energy. This is going to be a catalyst for their awakening. They're going to see how they thought they were controlling the situation. They're going to realize that they weren't controlling shit. They were a pawn in someone else's game. Just like they thought you were a pawn in their game. I'd say that's checkmate if I ever saw one. Yeah. Judgment to the fool. Yeah. Yeah. Someone might have to pay someone else a lot of money. And it could be in a settlement of some kind. Or someone's about to get some money that is owed to them. Victory will be yours. The World card. The end. Yeah, I feel like victory is yours for sure. You've learned what you came here to learn in this lesson. You've overcome, you've persevered, you've grown from the experience. And as it relates to that, you're a better person as it is. And you're attracting divine love, a partnership destined for greatness, and you're here to change the world. And they're stuck with what they chose instead of you, while you move on free and clear. Okay? You're protected from this energy. Continue to focus on what you're called to focus on. You're mastering yourself. You've mastered a skill. It's paying off. Okay, you're mastering a skill and it's paying off. Look at, yeah, they worked with others to come against you. There's proof of this. There's evidence. And they did it more than once. They may have paid someone to continue doing it, and they would watch to see if it worked. They would do rituals against something that you're called to do here. And they're going to go down for it as well. Okay, we're back where we started at the star. All right. You have something important here to do. Stay hopeful, stay optimistic, stay connected. Realize that you're not doing this alone and that you can trust what you receive and your intuition and discernment and your connection to spirit is why you're here. Okay, you've done it. Okay, so now it's like time to get to work. All right, they've been trying to stop you from being able to get to work, but they failed. Okay, they failed. You have victory, you have success, you're moving forward, and you're going to create magic. Okay, all right, creating magic over here with someone who is like, you know, gonna show up for you like you show up for them. A nice strong foundation that's rooted in love. All right, so eye on the prize here, y'all. Eye on the prize. Okay, release what no longer serves you. Okay, you know the way, you remember. Excellent. This was the best blessing in your life. Okay, they will most definitely experience what you experience with them, so they can have full understanding of the lesson for themselves, however long that takes, and with whomever it takes. Okay, sometimes we learn the hard way. I know I did. I know I signed up for the hard way. I chose that way, right? By my thoughts and my actions. They lead us down paths in which, we choose to experience. At some point, our focus needs to change, and we need to go in a different direction so that change can happen. You're being called to be a change maker in some way, shape, or form. And so I feel like if you dream it, it will come. Okay, so I love that for you. Yeah. High Priestess, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Make sure you read all the fine print. Okay. Have somebody else look at things before you sign them. Okay. Make sure you tap in to know if it's a yes or if it's a no. And if it's a yes, it should be a hell yes. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later, and I hope you have the most amazing day. Bye.